to share something with you. That might put me in a very negative light, yeah.
Relationships are not my forte.
See if someone grabbed up my wife or something, completely different ballgame.
I'll walk away from it, and this has been like a therapy session.
Oscar Bevis, IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. Harlem Eubank joins me via Zoom. Mate, thank you very much for giving me some of your time on Fight Week. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you, man. How's everything going?
It's good, mate. It's good. Obviously, you're fresh from today's open workout. Apologies, we didn't have anyone down there. I know it's a day a lot of fighters kind of say they don't need. But how was your little Fight Week shakeout today?
Yeah, enjoyed it. Feeling fresh and looking forward to the fight. So it's nice to have a little shakeout, warm up, and speak to a few people and get the Fight Week energy kind of started really. So yeah, I don't mind. A little open workout. Just another part of Fight Week.
Yeah, it's your first headline. I know there'll be obviously huge excitement. Does it feel different to previous fights now we're just 3 days out?
It doesn't, to be honest, but I'm also conscious that it doesn't need to. It's no added pressure. It's just another chance to show people what I can do, and I'm treating it like another fight. I've prepared for it like I have, all my fights, training diligently and putting the work in behind the scenes to put in a performance on Friday night, and that's how I'm treating it. I'm not amplifying it more than that. I'm putting in the necessary effort that I have and that I will do in all my fights. I treat it exactly the same.
Yeah, I mean, domestic fights always have a little bit more appeal. Is it nice for you that your first headline won't just be a pushover wheeled in from Eastern Europe and someone you can look really good against? Instead, it's a nicely matched fight. A fight, of course, you are favouring, but it's nicely matched. And there's a little bit more just because it's a domestic fight and it has that appeal and interest.
Definitely, it's a challenge. It's a good challenge and a good test for me at this stage of my career. And it's not a walkover. This is Tom's going to present different challenges in there that it's a good opportunity for me to test myself and overcome those challenges. And that's what this game's about. That's these domestic fights. They have that, like you say, they have that little bit more of an edge in, I think they'll bring the best out of me.
Without going too into detail, I mean, you can if you want, it's up to you, but I know most fighters don't. When you say the challenges Tom will bring, what sort of challenges from a technical standpoint or from a boxing standpoint in the ring are you expecting?
It's just little differences in style. Like everyone has a different style, and that brings out different aspects to your game as well. And he does have a different style and different attributes to previous opponents. So it's going to be, I'm excited for that challenge to overcome what he presents in there, and and put on a show.
Of course, you could just win boring and move on into 2023. But does it mean a lot to make a statement to the division? Because I take it from here, you'll be looking to titles next year. And you kind of want the division to be aware of your presence and be like, yeah, Harlem is here. So is a statement not the most important thing because you can win boring and move on, I guess. But is a statement nice and a statement something you want on Friday night?
I think if you look at my past fights, I think every fight I'm making a statement, whether it's a points victory or a stoppage. I think every fight you're seeing different aspects of my game, and every fight I'm in there, I think on my trajectory, I believe I'm putting in a statement every fight, and that's what I aim to do. So yeah, Friday night will be no different.
Yeah, I mean, 4 fights this would have been this year. Let's say 2021 where you only had 1 fight. Have you noticed how much easier the sport becomes when you have a year of activity? Like, I can imagine you feel so much better flying into this fight than you ever did in 2021.
Definitely. I think it's essential. You need to be active in the ring to build that momentum, build that build yourself as a fighter and be able to take on challenges. It's hard to start, so this is always the type of development I needed. I need that activity to be in the ring regularly, and obviously I've always been in the gym regularly, but having that platform to express everything you're working on in the gym, that's what I've needed, and that's what I've had this year. And I think it showed out in my performances that it is what I needed at this stage in my career, and I'm grateful for that, and I'm ready to put on another statement.
Yeah, I mean, and in terms of the fights, it was Viral Simeon. That's a great yardstick. Sean Dodd, the win last time. Tom on Friday. I was thinking about this earlier. Have you arguably had one of the best years of any British fighter out there? If you look at 2022, have you had one of the best years? Would you say?
I would say at this stage in my career, I've had a good year, and I've been matched, I would say, tougher than a lot of the other prospects coming through. And I'm learning this game, really from the start. I only started boxing at 18, so I've been matched well, I've been matched tough, and I've overcome the challenges, everyone that's been presented. So I feel like I've had a good year, and I'm ready to keep the ball rolling with it.
Obviously, it's not been the easiest period for the sport, and we talk about that Eubank Ben fight week. I remember an interview with you barely an hour after the postponement. You were kind of in the middle of the carnage in the fight week hotel. Has it been a bit of a strange period for you? Because I can imagine it perhaps impacted you simply because of the sheer number of people that would have asked you about it. It's not you, it's not your fight, but the sheer number of
Yeah.
people that would have asked you about that. Has it kind of been nice as well, in another sense, to just have a fight day and forget about everything like that? Because I can imagine you just got questions and questions and questions.
Yeah, well, I think at the time I had this fight scheduled in as well, so it's I was meant to have that one, have a little kind of 1 week out, and then get straight back on it for this one. So it ended up kind of rolling through 2 camps into one. So it's been pretty non-stop, but I'm grateful. More time in the gym to progress and develop as a fighter. So it has been a weird one. It was a bit of a whirlwind that week, and obviously all the questions surrounding it everyone had for me after about it, but I think my focus has just been on getting my head prepared and in the game for this one, because it's it wasn't too long after, so I always knew, get back in the gym, get focused, and prepare to finish the year on a high.
And I don't want to divert too much, but I do just want to ask a bit about Senior. I know there was some collective concern for him, perhaps on social media the other day. He's an absolute boxing treasure. I think people just kind of perhaps want an update. And when did you last speak to Senior? Because I know there was a bit of concern on Twitter as well for an interview that came out. If you could give us an update, of course.
I think he's dealing with things outside of boxing. He's only human, which a lot of people tend to forget. And he's had to deal with a lot of trauma and a lot of stress, and battles that normal people have to deal with. So that's no different because you're in boxing and because you're a national treasure. So it's sometimes, I think, you just being in the public eye so much, you have to deal with certain moments in the public eye, and I wouldn't say that's always fair. Considering everyone's human, and these experiences, aren't necessarily things that should be dealt with in the public eye.
Yeah, Harlem, appreciate your time. Just a final message for your fans ahead of a big night for you and a big night for your career as well on Friday.
Yeah, tune in. I appreciate all the support. Everyone riding with me. I appreciate the well wishes, the messages, everyone traveling up. really appreciate it and continue to support. And I'll see you Friday night. I'm gonna put on a show for you all, and yeah, tune in.
I'm gonna share something with you. That might put me in a very negative light. Yeah.
Relationships are not my forte.
See if someone grabbed up my wife or something completely different ballgame.
I'll walk away from it, and this has been like a therapy session.